Greetings to our melanated people all around the world. It's really a joy, it's a blessing. It's an honor to be out here in nature and greeting you, bringing the message of good news, which is the true gospel, because every word that comes from my mouth, it is a spell, but it's good spell. That's the reason why I always encourage people to be careful of the things that they say to each other. Now there are many who go around saying that they're preaching gospel, but when we listen, it's have to do with judgment and condemnation. And the reason for that is because they believe that the Bible is literal and that the Bible is secular history. But the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. That's the reason why I speak to you concerning where it says in the Bible that let the poor say, I am rich, and let the weak say, I am strong. Now the first thing I want to point out to you is that the name of God is I am from generation to generation. And it's a memorial, and that is in Exodus chapter 3. Now the universal question of life is, who am I? Every person have to ask themselves, who am I? Okay? And when you read about Moses, Moses means to be born. And when you read about Moses being in the water in a basket, you was the one who was in the water in the basket in your mother's womb. And then you came over, okay, into this dimension. You came over into this dimension. You realize that your body is a slave to your mind or to the inner man, okay? But I don't want to go into too deep into all of that, okay? But to understand those, what I would have just said, you have to first of all understand that the Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history. You have to realize the whole Bible is a psychological drama, okay? So the universal question of life is, who am I? And when the answer comes, it must be, I am that I am. I am whatever I believe myself to be. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So whenever you say I am, you are using the name of God. So whenever you say I am, and you say something that is negative, you are desecrating the name of God. That's the reason why it tells you, if you're feeling broke, or if you're feeling as if you are poor, instead of thinking that you are poor, or thinking that you are broke, or destitute, or that you don't have enough, you're supposed to think of your God self. You have to think that whenever you say I am, you are using the name of God. So you must say I am rich, because God is rich, and God and you are one, because God is the very life in you. Because no one can separate God from life or life from God. I don't care where the preacher is. There's no preacher in this whole wide world can tell me how we can separate God from life or life from God. None. Absolutely none. So it is teaching you to believe in your God self. So when you say that you're rich, and when you say I have, instead of saying I will have, but saying I have in the present tense, I say I am, and you saying something positive or something uplifting, you're raising your vibration, and you're going to come into your God frequency, and you'll be able to attract whatever that you send out. Because your word will not return unto you void, it will accomplish that which you send it to. That's the reason why the Bible tells you that when you seek first the kingdom of God, and you discover the kingdom of God, that all these things will be added unto you. And that Matthew 6:33, and then it tells you that the kingdom of God is within you in Luke 17:21. So when you feel like if you're weak, because poverty is a weakness, it is a mental disease. Lack, because it's a mental disease. It all have to do with your thinking. Because your thoughts is what is creating your reality. So my brothers and my sisters, you have to go and write down that which you so desire and you would like to manifest in your life. And you have to claim it by saying I am. I am rich. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am wise, I have a lavish, steady, dependable income. You have to speak these things. I have a multiple source of income, because the eye of man is God. So claim your I amness. Embrace your I amness. Believe in your I amness. So instead of looking to a God outside of yourself, look to the God within yourself. That is what it is saying when it says, let the poor say, I am rich. Many people saying I am and thinking that they're referring to some man 2,000 years ago. He said, be still and know that I am God. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. The truth is within. The way is within. The life is within. I am the resurrection and the life. No man take my life. I lay it down and I take it back up. That's why I have a video called Every Death is a Suicide. Why people fear death? Especially religious ones who say they're going to some heaven when they die. They fear death more than anyone else. So my brother, my sisters, claim your riches. Claim whatever you want in this world and believe it. Because whatsoever the mind can conceive and believe, you can manifest. You can create because you are the creator. You are the Lord and Master of your own destiny. That's the reason why the Bible tells you, you must not become conformed. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renew your mind. Rearrange your mind. The system is set up in a way to corrupt your mind. But if you rearrange your mind and think wisely, you will reap the harvest. Because whatsoever you sow, that also shall you reap. All of the wise men, don't throw the ages, the philosophers, the wise men, the yogis, you name it. They may disagree on many different things. But there's one thing they all are in total agreement on. We become what we think about. And I'm saying to you, my brother, my sister, thoughts become things. So if you're thinking upon riches, you're going to become rich. If you're thinking about poverty, you're going to be poor. And the reason why most of our people are in so much poverty is because they're in idolatry. They're worshiping a false God, believing that Jesus Christ is a man who existed 2,000 years ago, when Jesus Christ is only a personification of your own human imagination. That's the reason why I tell you, without him, which is speaking of your own human imagination, there's anything made that was made, and all things was made by him. That's St. John 1 and 3. That him is not a man 2,000 years ago. If he's a man 2,000 years ago, tell me one thing that was made that wasn't for us to imagine. Or one thing else that ever going to be made that must not for us be imagined. Or if that man, Jesus Christ of 2,000 years ago, is in you, and he was a literal man, and he's in you, why tell me why you can't walk on water like him? Literal water. And why you can't turn literal water into wine? That's the reason why I have a book called How to Turn Water into Wine, and a book called Can't Be Proven Wrong by Any Christian. And all I'm doing in that book is just using the divine law of reproduction, that every seed and every species you reproduce after its own kind. You can't change those laws, my friends. So it is time for us to wake up. And then the Bible tells you in 2 Corinthians 13 and 5, he said, test yourself, no man. Test yourself. See if you have any faith. And when he says see if you have any faith, he ain't talking about the Jehovah's Witness faith or the Adventist faith, you know, or the Methodist or the Anglican or the Roman Catholic, you know. Because faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Showing you everything come from the unseen and be made seen. Everything come from the invisible and be made visible. See if you have the power and you know how to use the power. That's what he's telling you. How you think money came into the world? It was first invisible. Someone had a thought and they act upon it. They had to believe in themselves, not a God in the sky. And everybody does be claiming and saying that God is a provider, yet they use money. Let me chase how the money come. It was a thought in somebody's mind first. The vehicle was a thought, the clothes you're wearing, everything. Religious people, so it's time to wake up, okay, and realize that the Creator is in you. So my brother and my sisters, the Bible is teaching you that you are the Lord and Master of your reality, and that your thoughts is creating your reality, and that you can actually create your reality consciously. So with that being said, I really want to thank you very much for listening to me. I don't want to tire you out with too much. I believe I got my message across to you, and whatever is your situation right now, Claim it, that you are strong. Claim it that you are healthy, that you are wealthy, that you are wise. If you look around and you don't see no money, claim your riches, speak it, believe it, and fall asleep in the assumption. Always go to bed more consciously. Always read Psalm 4:4, which says, must commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still. I want to say commune with your own heart upon your bed. Your heart is within. God is within. So you go within and see that which you would like to manifest from within, and go into the silence. Fall asleep in the assumption, and so shall it be. Because how you go to bed is shaping your day. And your day is shaping your weeks. And your weeks shaping your months. And your years. And your years shaping your life. So get in the right gear. Get in the right frequency. By acting the right way. So act upon what I am teaching you here. Because as I was quoting, I don't even think I had finished quote what I was quoting in 2 Corinthians 13:5. He says that you must test yourself, see if you're in faith or not. Then he says, don't you know your own self? Don't you know your own self? That Jesus Christ is in you? My brothers, if Jesus Christ is in you, you have to do the same thing if it is literal. But I'm saying it is psychological. That's why I'm teaching you how to use the creative power in you. And I'm saying to you that imagination creates reality, and that Jesus Christ is a personification of your own human imagination. So whatever you want to manifest, close your eyes and imagine yourself having that which you so desire, and go to bed with that kind of consciousness and believe it and continue to affirm it. Do it for many days, because it tells you that he rose after 3 days and 3 nights. So at least go for that time or more and leave it. Forget about it. A series of events will take place in your life and manifest it. Then you will understand what it says. Let the poor say, I am rich. And from that time on, you will all be saying, I am rich. I have abundance. I am money. You'll be saying all of these things. You'll be writing down your I ams, and you'll be saying them over and over and over, because you believe now in yourself, and your self-esteem is up here now instead of down here. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to thank you very much. And if what I have said really resonates with you, and you would like to know more of what I believe and teach and have experience also, you can check out my link below and see if you like to have any of my books. Now I want to give you the sign of enlightenment, of which Matthew 6:22 says, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And I'm saying to you, when you have that experience, you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. And that is the dawning of a new day in your life. And that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And that the sun is the light of the world, and not a man 2,000 years ago being the light of the world. And you will also come to realize that without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. And we are the people of the sun. Therefore, my brothers and my sisters, let us please use our mind power to achieve our every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you, I'm out.